from Arrow Video. It's Pitch Black. Now, this is the 4K version of Pitch Black. It's the, I guess you could say maybe a standard 4K version of Pitch Black. There's probably one with the big box and everything. It was on Blu-ray and 4K, but this ain't that. This is just the movie itself. And I'll say this much up front: the movie looks great, looks outstanding. Probably better treatment than Pitch Black ever deserved. I remember renting this when I was in high school. I think I was in high school, and I rented this thing and I watched it and I thought it was okay. This was pre Fast and Furious Vin Diesel, I'm pretty sure. So it's interesting to see him kind of like try to get his chops as like a an action star and kind of try to be cool from start to finish in this movie, which it must have worked because there was several films inspired by the character of Riddick in this. But basically, he's an outlaw and he's being transported by space to a certain place, but they crash and they end up on this weird planet where at nighttime, when it gets dark, these alien monsters sort of just pop up and start killing people. So it's interesting. And it's a sci-fi horror flick. Maybe leans a little bit more towards the sci-fi for me than it does horror, but it'll get the job done nonetheless. When I first seen it, back when I was in high school, I liked it. I enjoyed my revisit of it. Um, Maybe they make a few choices on the who dies. It's maybe not the best, but if you've never seen it before, and I don't really want to spoil anything, but if you've never seen it before, like the movie does a pretty good job making you think Riddick is a bad guy until you realize that he's kind of like an anti-hero. So I'm sure the trailer at the time when it came out probably gave away what was really going on. But when you're watching the movie at first, you're not sure that there's even going to be any alien monsters. It seems like Riddick's kind of just the guy causing all the issues. But for what it is, it's entertaining. So I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5. I'm giving the transfer a 5 out of 5 because transfer looks great. And we'll go ahead and dive into this here for you. This is what you get. You get the Blu-ray, or excuse me, the 4K disc. You get the little booklet that Arrow always throws in there. No card in this, just a booklet. So I'm not sure if there was like one of them cards in this or not. I guess not, because I don't have it. There's reversible artwork that I'm just going to slide out a little bit, but it's basically the same thing on the front, just a different color. I more associate that color with the regular Blu-ray version I think they released. I think the 4K one's more like that. And it's got all kinds of little extras on here that you might want to, well, if you can read that, pause and read that, because I'm sure there's a solid list somewhere, but Arrow kind of just puts a wall on the back of these things for some reason or another. But it's a 4K scan, obviously, of the theatrical cut and the director's cut. The sounds there, obviously. Subtitles. Let's see, archive commentary with director David Twohy. Nightfall, the making of Pitch Black, Black Box. This is more like a bunch of interviews. But one of the key things, I'm going to post the extras below because you don't want me sitting here reading this for 20 minutes. But it does have Chronicles of Riddick, Dark Fury, which is kind of like an anime style cartoon that kind of bridged the gap between this and the Chronicles of Riddick. So that's cool to see that here, which it picks up immediately after the movie. So if you want to watch that, then switch over to the cartoon. It's not an awkward transition, although it is a different style and it is kind of anime-ish, and it's got a bunch of different styles mixed with it actually. So it is interesting. So this is a cool release. It's a pretty cool movie, better than some people might give credit for, but still nothing outstanding. But it's definitely Vin Diesel. It may be his most tolerable if you don't enjoy seeing him drive cars from one building to the next. But as this goes, it's a solid pickup. It's a solid release. And if you like Pitch Black, it's probably the best it's ever going to get as far as releases for that goes.